All right, here we are. One day until I leave tomorrow, so 3 days until showtime in LA, but we'll talk about the 15th of
August
in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hell of a card. Hell of a card. A lot of big matches on this one, like some big comebacks. Should we go through the card?
Yeah, let's get to it.
All right. Why don't you pick who we start with?
Let's start with Marcio Barbosa.
Oh, that is like the hottest one.
Let's jump right into it.
Okay. So Marcio Barbosa versus Hermes Gasparini. Marcio finally awake again after his, I don't want to call it a slump because he's been pulling, top level dudes, but, he's coming off of a win with Crassi where he looked awesome.
Yeah.
And Hermes Gasparini, without a doubt.
Eat these things?
Yeah, they're great. Mulberries. One of the best prospects on a world level. I think in the last 5 years, one of the very, very top guys. Hermes has beaten people way above his weight. I remember when Hermes was always amazing, but when he beat Dimitri Trubin at Zloty, everybody was like, okay, wow. And he did it with his hand, right? So it's his hand that's like super duper powerful. Hermes is the descendant of so Hermes grew up in an arm wrestling family. I don't think Hermes is that old. Is Hermes even 30 yet?
You have to let us know.
Yeah, I think Hermes is actually like even late 20s maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but Hermes did have surgery.
What do you have?
Something on his hand. And I think he had it like 4 years ago. And I think he's, for the most part, fully rehabbed. I know that he competed, and I haven't actually seen the video, but I heard kind of rumblings that he didn't look like off the charts, but first event back, I think. So who do you got? Who do you got in this one?
I think based on WOW experience, which can mean a lot.
It can. It really can.
WOW is so much different than Zloty or WAF. Setups, referees, etc. Running fouls.
Yeah.
And based on experience and how good Marcio's been looking lately, I'm picking Marcio Barbosa in this one. I'm not going to give a score. It's way too hard to predict. It's even too hard to predict the winner, but I'm going to go with Marcio in this one. I'm going to give the edge to Marcio.
Yeah. I think it's going to be really, really close. Like, really close. And I hate to bet against Marcio. Because I agree with everything you said, but I'm going to go with Hermes Gasparini. I think his hand might be too crazy. I don't know. Huge match. Huge match.
Yeah.
No question. And it's like, it's good because it's part of that expansion where we're getting more and more of the top dudes from all around the world to join this party. Yeah. All right.
Let's get right to the checks.
Oh my God, what a great match. So Biccy versus Tatiane Ferrara. I'm going to say her name. Faria. Tatiane Faria.
Okay.
From Brazil. Both these girls are so awesome.
They're friggin' hot. That's what you mean to say.
Well,
and you probably can't. But I can. And I'm already going out saying everybody wins in this match. That's my prediction. Everybody wins. They're smoking hot. Good for you, Wow, for bringing these very attractive, very talented women in. But
Sweden versus Brazil.
Yeah.
I think the weight is similar. I think they're both generally inside. I think both of them are inside pullers. I think this match is going to the straps. I'm going to go with Carlson.
Okay.
Again, it's going to be close. I think it's going to be another war. All the women's matches this year have been really, really good, and I think this one should continue. Yeah, Sweden.
Yeah.
All right.
You got. I got them both. I got all of us. Right. We're all winners.
Okay.
Adam Wilmot and Jeff Hellraiser. Hale.
Easy match for Hellraiser. Easy match.
I can't disagree with you.
You know, I don't think it's even close.
Not much more to say.
3-0. All right. Now, oh my God.
2.
Okay, so I really, really like this match because it's along the same thread as that global expansion. Danny Tesh versus Quinlan Mendes. Quinlan Mendes.
Is he the guy that beat you?
That's right. That's right. Danny Tesh beat me in Australia. I was fresh, by the way, 100%, and it was very serious. Danny Tesh, I actually feel like I was one of the very first people to arm wrestle Danny Tesh, and one of the first times I went to one of the first times that I went to Australia. This guy was one of those people right out of the box, like super duper strong. This guy is exactly what you're looking for. Super intelligent. He's like he reminds me of a vampire. He's like an Aryan prototype of just perfection. Beautiful dude. Tell you, this guy is one of those people right out of the box who's just made to kill. And the guy can arm wrestle everywhere. If anything, he lacks refinement. If anything, he lacks all that like top end, like really nasty, aggressive messing around in the setup, which is, you know, important. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to like match stops, you got anything to work off, Danny Tesh is in any match. He's basically been like the guy at like around 195-ish. I think he sits around 210. Basically since, well, like, I think for the last 3 or 4 years. Danny Tesh is, the interesting thing is he's consistently beaten Blue. And we've seen how well Blue has done over in North America. Now, I'll tell you, Blue and Danny are very, very different arm wrestlers. Like, Blue's got a lot of skills with his hand, and he's very refined, whereas Danny is like just one of those guys who's super gifted with his shoulder and just grinds stuff out. And Quinlan is similar. Like, Quinlan's a grinder, Quinlan's strong, Quinlan's got a great strap game, and Quinlan has a ton of heart also. But I'll tell you, I do see this match going to the Australian in the later rounds. I do see this match getting stopped, and Quinlan controlling the starts in almost every match, and Danny Tesh coming back for a victory.
It seems like we disagree again.
What's up with this? That's not normal.
Quinlan has a lot of WAL experience again, that factors in. I love Quinlan Mendes for many reasons. His heart is on his sleeve. He's blood and guts. He's emotional. He's fiery. He's intense. He's a trench fighter. The guy will break his arm or die on the table trying.
Both these guys are.
Right. I'm not as familiar with this Tesh, but I've seen Quinlan. I've seen him work in WAL. I've seen him arm wrestle. He's incredible, and with his experience and with his heart. And I also feel with Quinlan, he always feels like he has something to prove.
Yeah.
Like both men do, because this is the Australian's first time WAL. But Quinlan arm wrestles with that fire, like he always has to prove every single match that he belongs where he is.
Love this match.
Yep. And I'm picking Quinlan to win this one. 3-1 probably.
So far we're pretty like opposite. At least we all we're opposite, but I think that they're all close, right? I think that the only one that I don't think is going to be close is Hellraiser and Wilmot. That's the only one. Main event, the one we've all been waiting for. Big Daddy versus Zilla. Everybody's been wanting to see this match.
Yes.
So exciting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Todd just keeps on showing what he can do over and over. His methodology, his trajectory, like his heart, his work ethic, like you gotta love this guy, right? Like as a fan of arm wrestling, like I mean, every time Todd Zilla does anything, like I'm just so curious. But I'll tell you, Jerry Carteret is, in my opinion, the more versatile. I think he has much more experience. And both guys are experienced, but Jerry Carteret, I mean, you know, you go back to the 90s.
Multiple world champions.
Right. And people talk about Jerry like yeah, he's a flop wrist presser. But the truth is yeah, that's his ace. And I don't even want to say, actually, after having pulled Jerry, I actually don't think the flop wrist press is actually his best move even. I think his straight up press with his wrist is better than without his wrist. That's what I think. He's just got such a great option that people just aren't used to it. And that move just screws up so many people, so he likes to kind of play in that lane. He's one of the few people who has that option of, you know, press to flop with just such speed, and it's just so seamless that he catches everybody there. So he's got endurance, he's got versatility, and I'll tell you, like, I've been watching Hutchings prepare, and I mean, I see him working out with Wes Bjornsson, who is also a floppers presser, but I cannot imagine that he's got the horsepower that Jerry's got. And no, I mean, and I see Hutchings like looking like he's thinking. I mean, I don't know. Like, Todd, you're a smart guy. Like, I don't know if he's playing with us, what's going on, but I just feel like Todd has the move to beat Jerry.
Which is inside, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think that actually, if you put them both together and you put them both like in a hook, like, I think Hutchings is stronger. But Jerry's ability to push, I don't know if Hutchings can cut that off, because the hook, like, is still he's throwing and he's going side, but Jerry can still come underneath that, I think. Mm-hmm. Unless Hutchings actually is really aggressive with that shoulder, like actively coming forward to cut off that lane, I don't think that there's any kind of outside option with Hutchings that's gonna get there with Jerry. Like, unless Hutchings comes in and, like, yeah, he's gonna hook, but he's jamming at the same time. I don't think. Damn fucking bees, man. I don't.
You got a match coming up. What are you doing?
Yo, fucking bee stung. We all swole up. Yeah, that's what that is.
There's your out, Dave.
I'm injured. I'm not 100%. Fuck that. I'm so ready. Anyways.
Who's your pick?
Carteret.
Score or just straight up picking them?
I'm going Carteret 3-0.
Wow.
I am. I'm a person who's been saying the whole time Hutchings can be in this match, Hutchings can win this match, and I call it wrong all the time, and maybe this is another one. But so we're starting to get really serious. You start to talk about, like, Jerry Carteret in North America, like, you are now on the extremely short list.
Yeah.
Extremely short list.
He's one of the only ones to beat Michael Todd, and
Yeah, he's like, if you don't have Jerry Cadorette in the top 5 in North America for the last, like,
well, your list isn't valid.
I agree. And I'm not talking about like this year or last year. I'm talking about for like basically as long as Jerry cares about it.
Yeah.
Like he's always been like right there.
Yep.
So I think for that fact alone, I mean, I don't know where Todd's ceiling is. I think it's got to be 3-0 Cadorette, but it's really exciting, and it is possible. We've seen him lose to guys who have hooks. He lost to Zoloev.
Ronda.
He's lost to a lot of people who have, decent inside moves. But I think that one of the things with those inside moves is that shoulder forward is very relevant. And I think that if that's not there, you always have the choice of coming under it. What do you think?
I remember watching Jerry Cadorette when he arm wrestled Michael Todd. I was sitting in my kitchen, screaming at the computer screen.
Weren't you here?
No.
Huh.
No.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah, you and Jerry were down there. Yeah.
And I thought, I was telling Jerry, lay it down. He stopped you.
Yeah.
Don't beat him. But in that match, I saw, to me, maybe the most impressive display, or absolutely one of the most impressive displays in arm wrestling of heart, endurance, unwillingness to give up anything. Even if it was only one match, he ended up winning everything. But I mean, even every single match, he had that same desire.
Yeah.
I am not quitting this match no matter what. Even at the expense of maybe blowing the entire thing, he was willing to win match for match for match, which he did. That being said, Todd Zilla, man, the guy is so incredible. I love watching him. Everybody loves him. Both of these guys are incredible trench fighting type of guys. Yeah. Todd Zilla he's almost everyone's favorite arm wrestler. He's a lot smaller than all these guys he's going against. He is a 200-ish pound guy who, whether or not was forced to, I don't know what happened. He's going to the supers.
He's being the best he can be.
He's arm wrestling the largest men in the world, largest arm wrestlers in the world at the highest level, and he's continuing to do friggin' awesome at it.
Yeah.
I'm picking Todd Zilla on this one based on he's an unstoppable force. That guy won't be stopped. He won't be denied. And as much as I love Jerry Cadorette, as much as I love watching him compete and knowing his abilities and seeing him win time after time, I'm just going with Todd Zilla in this one based on I don't even know why. I'm just picking Todd Zilla.
So we're like split on the whole card.
Pretty much, yeah.
Interesting story. I remember the first time I actually touched hands with Jerry. It was at the pool party after the 2017 WAL finals. And of course I've watched Jerry, studied Jerry, and we just did one of these things, and we just stayed there, and he completely gassed me out. Like, I couldn't believe what I felt because, normally when I do that with somebody, I'm like, okay, Jerry's endurance is
underrated.
People need to know that his endurance is right at the very top. Like, his ability to use everything and stick in there, and that might be the difference if it's close. Might be. Anyways, good card. Tulsa, 15 September, Oklahoma.
August? Or is it September?
Oh, right. August. What am I thinking?
What am I
I'm
here
confused,
for?
man. 3 days. Crack.